One last time. One last rage. Bob. To everybody who's watching, this is year 2029. My name is Logan, and I am weary, and I am falling apart slowly. I'm trying to keep myself alive for as long as I possibly can, at the last couple of minutes I have left on this world. I'm currently sitting in an outpost on the border of Mexico, caring for an ailing Professor X who's also decaying as well, who's also wearing down as well. My plan to hide from the outside world gets appended when I meet a young mutant named Laura, who is very much a piece of me. I must now protect the girl and battle the dark forces that want to capture her, all while trying to keep my already broken Adamantium-corpse in one piece. That made me what I am, but that doesn't mean I have to be that. For a film that serves as an epilogue to Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, Logan sure presents itself as something solemn, poignant, and efficient with the little time it has left with this mutant. I'd be lying if I said that I believe that this movie was better than Deadpool for me as far as R-rated comic book films go. But it makes for a better X-Men film, better than most recent ones. The most intriguing thing about this entry is how I am coming to grips with the reality that I am now in, and how I am essentially the only member of the X-Men left. And I feel like because I am growing weary, that I have nothing left to offer anyways, even if they were here. I'm forced to intercept the crossfires from the authorities while already suffering the loss of my healing factor and the weakening of my claws. The format of the story is meant to be a redemption story arc in which I, the Wolverine, being the last mutant from the X-Men, is given a chance to create a better destiny for younger mutants coming up. I cannot just call this movie a comic book film with a timeless theme about using the last of your effort for protection and preservation, but the way it seamlessly expounds on the events of its predecessor in Days of Future Past is splendid. We always knew a comic book movie character like the Wolverine would meet his end, but our wish fulfillment for a gory and graphic adaptation of the clawed mutant was something that could have not come at a better time than before. I myself, like most, have thoroughly enjoyed seeing the Australian actor portray this uncanny mutant, from the uncanny resemblance to how he captures and conveys the berserk rage, my sassy attitude, my rebellious and troubled nature, and the occasional charisma. Seeing me go out broken and bruised is a graceful reflection for how much blood and sweat that Hugh Jackman put into the 17-year career as Wolverine. These types of things will always involve passing the torch. Enter my daughter Laura, aka X-23, Experiment X-23. She is my biological daughter, despite being a mix of experimented adamantium DNA and the fertility of a Latina named Gabriela. Wait. So I guess Jean didn't really come close to the surface. That's strange. We had very good sex. She didn't really have a daughter. I thought this was ours, but I guess this is just the daughter of some Latina from the motel. But anyway, Dafne Keen is the breakout star of Logan through the surprising reveal of her adamantium-enhanced abilities. She possesses the same speed and agility and stealth skills with slightly more agility. This, along with her significance to the story, easily makes her a highlight. Now, unlike McAvoy's Chuck in Days of Future Past, Patrick Stewart's Chuck is not broken, but he is empty. He and I are riding in the same boat right now because he feels like he cannot offer anything more. And plus, he feels guilty for the loss of some of the members of the X-Men due to his heavy-hitting seizures. That has really impacted anybody within the approximation. The scene in which we are eating dinner at the family's farm gives Xavier, Chuck, the closure that he has longed for years. He never thought he'd be seeing a moment like this where it's very grounded and it's peaceful and it's about family. Because it was all about trying to make society accept us as a people. But it's glad to see that Chuck had this moment as his last before his very dirty, dirty death. The way the younger mutants factor into the plot works for exposition's sake, and it helps to drive myself going into the climax to help bring peace to their lives, while also bringing all of the berserk that I possibly can. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 93% on Logan. James Mangold takes everything that made the Wolverine better than its predecessor and expedites it all through a thematic tone and mood, an unconventional, campy style, and a more grittier, more vulnerable, and more berserk protagonist. Logan deserves a B+, 8.8 SOs out of 10. So if you are one that have thoroughly enjoyed watching Hugh Jackman play me in the movies, in the X-Men franchise, then you can leave a heart with blood on it in the comments below. And a few knives to let me know that you're all for the adamantium. And I've most certainly enjoyed watching you. And now, this is the last time you will see me. So this is what it's like, huh?